What is going on, ladies and gentlemen? Giganato Gaming here, and welcome back to a brand new Ark Survival Ascended series. We are back in the world of Astraeos. Now, I know what you're thinking. Oh, didn't you do an entire series on this? Well, yes, I did. And this would make it Season 3. But here's what we're going to do that's something a little bit different. To be a little different, this is going to be a mini-series. Probably 10 to 15 episodes long, no more and no less. But yeah, anyway, we're going to do this because we need to cover the new area on Lemnokus. I think that's what it's called, Lemnokus. And defeat the two mini-bosses. That will be like the final episode of this series. I figured this would be more of an in the meantime series while we wait for Valguero to release, or Valguero, however you say it, because that comes out September 30th, supposedly. Now, that doesn't mean it will come out September 30th. You know how Wildcard is. By September 30th, they probably mean October 2nd or something like that. But yeah, if you find yourself enjoying this video and want more content like this, make sure to leave a like on the video and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. Let's see if we can get this channel to 1,500 subscribers. And with that, let's begin Season 3. Alright, so let's wait for the game to load in. Alright, here we are in the world of Astraeos once again. That's a paleo trike. I mean, we have this baby trike here. We could tame a trike right off the bat. That's if we manage to kill this guy. But yeah, this is the Lemnokus Island. Now, we haven't really explored much of it since the new 5.5.4 update. There is a Carno. I'm going this way. But yeah, anyway, we got that. So, for this series, here's what I'm thinking. Since it's only like a mini-series and we're only fighting like the mini-bosses, I have decided we will not be taming any large creatures. So, Rexes, Spinos, Gigas, anything like that, out of the question. So we'll only be taming like small to medium-sized creatures. So like raptors, carnos, sabers, thylas, maybe pyromanes. I'm not sure about that. But yeah, anyway, that's what we'll be doing in today's episode. Or in this series, anyway. So let me go ahead, get some fiber real quick. So a lot has happened in these updates and whatever. We've got like basically the expansion of Astraeos, which is what we'll explore. I have done some exploration, as you saw, because originally we were supposed to do this much sooner, but then Ragnarok came out, and I'm like, hey, let's start my Ragnarok series. So that's what we did. Alright, so let me go ahead, get some, like, fiber if I can. Maybe some wood and some stone. Alright, we need some stone as well, which we can pick up from the beach. There we go. Yeah, I love Astraeos. Astraeos is a really cool map, real talk. It's just a cool map. Alright, cool. Let's see what we can make with what we have. Alright, we got 4 levels. Let's go up into all health for right now. We've got some mods like the Gigantophus mod, the Nothosaurus mod, Hydrovanta. We got Crafting Skill Tonic. That's probably for the, from the Vanilla with Sprinkles mod, I would imagine. And then we've got, alright, so let's see what we got. Let's see what we can craft real quick. Can we craft a quick hatchet? Okay, hello, I need some wood. Thank you. Damn. Not in that context. What's that parasaur running from? Better be a dillo. Alright, let's get our pick going, so we can at least get some weapons and whatever. And yeah, just like I said in this episode, or in this series, we're only taming small to medium-sized creatures. So, Barry's fine. Carnos, I think the biggest we'll go, maybe, is like Therizino, but that's about it. So, like, utility dinos will still tame. Like, Doedicurus, Ankylos, Therizinos, beavers, all that jazz. We probably won't tame any mammoths since they count as large creatures. But yeah, we're going to keep it small to medium. That's what we're doing. Alright, this is crystal, if I remember correctly. We could get a spyglass, like, really early on. That would be nice. Can we just get one more crystal so we can make the spyglass? I'd like to get a spyglass early on. That would be amazing. So then we could see what we're dealing with here. There we go. We got crystal. Okay, cool. Alright, so we got some thatch and some wood. Oh, hold on. We still got to make the hatchet. We just need a bit more wood. There we go. We got the wood we need. Let's start crafting up a hatchet real quick. And then I guess we could start making armor. I mean, if there's like a drop nearby that I could grab, like that blue drop over there. I don't know if I'm high enough level for that. Alright, let's get stamina up a bit. Alright, we got our hatchet. Alright, so we just need some hide and some wood. I do believe I've seen some dodos around. We should probably get some spears while we're at it. So spears, we can make just the one because we need wood. Fair enough. Let's see if we can get to... That's perfect, that's perfect, okay. Spear. We can only make one because we're short on flint. Alright. Game, thank you. Alright. I'm gonna see if I can work on getting a better graphics card at some point. Hello, Dillo. How you doing? Please be a low level. And you've got a friend. Of course you do. Alright, let me go get a spear and then I'll deal with you and your friend. Oh, I'm not done with you. I am not done with you yet. As soon as I get just a few more fiber, we'll be good. I am coming after you, Dillos. There we go. Alright, hold on. Let me get some distance between me and the Dillos. There we go. Alright, I'm ready for you. Oh, there we go. I was gonna say, what the hell? Of course, you're a level 90. No, don't go in the water. And already, there goes my first spear. Alright, we only got 5 hide from that. We already lost one of the spears. Alright, let me look around. Where's that other Dillo? Oh, is that you all the way over there? Watch this guy be like a 140 or something. 95, okay. Alright, so that's hide taken care of. We need some more wood. And some fiber. There we go, perfect. We can get an awesome spyglass. We got 23 levels already. Let's get your stamina up to 200. Get your weight up a bit. Alright, so now we can basically... Now we can basically see what's going on in the world. And see what we got. Alright. If I can make it to that blue drop while it's still dropping, I could see what's in it. Because we're already level 32. Because the XP goes up very fast in this world. So, yeah. I just do it to make it more convenient for me. Now, of course, if this area is guarded by raptors or something, then I won't go near it. But, like, yeah, I want to see what's in this drop. Maybe some armor or, like, some better weapons. Some tools, even. Oh, you were all the way down there. I went up here for no reason. There's a Carno. I believe that's an Alpha Raptor. No, that's just a regular Raptor. What level's that Carno? 140, of course it is. Alright. We could tame that 140 Carno. Or if it has a baby, we could take the baby, so then at least we have something. You know what I'm saying? Alright, let's see if we can go down here without getting that Carno or Raptor's attention. Alright, the blue drop is like over there. I could probably use the spyglass to see what's over there. But, no point really. Alright. So it's like... Oh, that's a baby raptor. The parent's probably nearby. There's the parent. Run, run, run. I'm gonna die. Maybe if I jump, I can outrun it. Make it to the water. That would be nice. Yeah, get away from the raptor. So long, raptor. Ha. This might have been a mistake, but whatever. Yeah, this might have been a mistake. We'll see if we could find some land further down. You know what would be a nice tame early on? A Nothosaurus, but we would need electric generators to tame it. That's the only problem. We'd be able to get around the water much quicker, and, you know, a Meguana wouldn't be a bad idea either. Alright, we're probably not going to make it to that blue drop before it disappears. Alright. I mean, we could build a base here, but there's really no resources here, so... Alright, let's just, keep swimming. Okay, we got away from the raptor anyway. I gotta start thinking about building my base at some point this episode and, getting a base going. Of course, there's raptors over there. Of course, I want to go on that land, but there's raptors over there. That's the only problem. I was barely able to outrun. Do you think I could make it to the other side? We're going to have to do some more swimming. Alright, I wanted to jump into the water, but whatever. There's nothing in the water, which is good. Alright, this might take a little bit to get here, so I don't know. I'll see if I can get to this blue drop in time. Can I see what's in it with the spyglass? Because I know the spyglass sometimes allows you to see what's in it. I'm not seeing any megalodons. Not seeing any of them. Maybe this little island might not be a bad idea. Maybe not a bad shout. Maybe we could start our base here. Maybe we could have like a little raft or something. Yeah, that'd be cool. We could utilize the raft. As long as we're not in water that's too deep that Elide's ichthyes will catch us, we should be good. Luckily, I pumped a lot of levels into stamina, and we made it. Alright, don't be any Carnos or Raptors. Hey, Moss Chops. That could be a good start. What do you want? Mejoberry? Okay, I can provide that. I'll tame both if I... And Tinto. I have a Mejo. I don't have a Tinto, but I can get one easy. That's our first tame. Do I have any Tintos? No, but I can get some. I can easily get some. And of course, there is a Dinotherium there. Wonderful. But at least we have a form of transportation now. Come on, give me a Tinto berry. I need that for the other Moss Chops. Alright, I think we do need to get out of here because of that Dinotherium that's guarding the place. What level are you? 20? Eh. I mean, the problem with the 20 is that... Oh, you were pretty high level. You must have been a 90 or something. The problem with the, like, Dinotherium, they have that stomp that stuns creatures and dismounts you. So, yeah. There's that we gotta watch out for. Oh, Pteranodon, you scared me. We could tame a Pteranodon, just so we have a flyer. That Dinotherium is getting close. Moss Chops, let's roll out. Let's just get out of here. Get out of this island. It's not safe. There's a Dinotherium on this island. There's a Carno and a couple of Raptors over there. Let's see if there's any luck over here. Alright, so we got 2 Moss Chopses anyway. We shouldn't have to worry about fiber anytime soon. Let me switch to first person. I need to get some clothes. I need to get some materials needed to make a base, and All that fun stuff. Alright, I think there's the winter stuff over there. I think there's like wolves, sabers. You know, a pack of wolves might not be a bad shout. Yeah, because we need like an army of small creatures to bring down those 2 pig mini-bosses that were added into the 5.5.4 update. Yeah, we might need to get that. Alright. Other moss chops you're following? That's good. Let's go. You wait here. Maybe get some more fiber while we're here. And I'm gonna go take care of those 2 dillos right there. There's a... I think that one's a baby. That was a level 100. 340 damage. That's not bad. Alright, we're leveling up like champs. Alright, I don't know if I have any leftover crystal. I don't. I was gonna make like a soul trap to put you in so you don't have to follow us. That was the convenient spot about that crystal. We could always go back there and get some more crystal at some point. But, yeah. Let's keep going. Let's see if we could find a good spot to build our base. Somewhere that's, like, relatively close to water. That's kind of the goal. This could be good. And there's a 3rd moss chops here. We could get 3 moss chops in today's episode. Do you want a Tinto berry? Perfect. Welcome to the team. We've got... Alright, so we've got 2 males and a female. So if we wanted to, we could breed them up. Alright, there's where we were. There's the crystal. I think. Alright, well, at least we know where to find crystal. So let's build, like, somewhere a little flatter. Maybe we'll build, like, over here. I don't know. A potential 4th and 5th moss chops. Alright, whistle, stop. Alright, you stop. No. Stop walking. There we go. Alright, there is a pego over here. That's a 140 greater moss chops. That could come in handy if we have any, like, Tintos. Alright, pego. And I tamed you. I didn't want to tame you, I wanted to kill you, but you know what? Whatever. You're ours now, I guess. You just got a spear to your stomach, but whatever. Alright, greater moss chops. What would you like to eat, sir? I could give you some mejo berries, or some Tintos, though I cannot give you that. What about you? Giant bee honey. Oh, you two both suck. Alright, well, we have 3 moss chops and a pego anyway. So, with the moss chops, we don't have to worry about fiber, berries, meat, or hide. We don't have to really worry about that. So yeah, like, I guess what we could start doing is basically building our base. And speaking of which, since this is mainly a mini-series, I don't think there's really any point in building a great base. Like I have been doing the last few series, you know, since this is just a mini-series, there's really no point. Alright, so here's the goal. I want to build a base, like our main base, and then build like a raft. That is a mutated dodo. Alright, let's see what we got. Alright, so we need some wood and some thatch so we could build ourselves a base. Yeah, you can gather thatch. No problem. There we go. Alright, I want to build our main base for right now. So let's do that. What? I don't know what I just did there, but whatever. Alright, thatch. We can make 1. Oh, I gotta take it out of your inventory first, don't I? Thatch. As much thatch and wood as possible. Alright. Alright, and then the next goal, after we build our main base, our next goal is to, like, get a raft going. That's our main goal. Get a raft going so then we can sail across the waters and explore a bit. Yeah, that's what I'm planning. Alright, let's start building our base. Let's make one of them a door. Let's make, like, some windows. You know, we'll use the frontier windows. There we go. And then let's add the slopes. One over here, one over here, one over here, one over here. And then let's put the roofs. One over here, one over here, one over here, and one over here. You know what? That's perfect. And we also need a door. We can't forget the door. There we go. There's our humble abode. We need a bed. Let's see if we can make a bed. We just need a bit more hide. Not a problem. We have a lot of stuff we can kill around here. Let's go ahead and use you to kill a couple of dodos. Never mind, we're kind of over encumbered. Let's make a storage box first. Can we make a large storage box? Alright. Let's go get some hide. 1,300 already. And there's a couple more. Oh yeah, those are the moss chops from earlier. And that's the bed. All set to go. Now all we need is a raft. And then that can end the episode right there. We did really well. We got a moss chops. We got our first house going. Pretty cool. Pretty neat stuff. Alright. Alright, can you guys follow me over here so we could just chill in the front of the base? There's a yellow drop. I'm not sure if we're high enough level for that. Yeah, there's like a yellow drop up ahead. But I think that's the same area where the raptors are. Alright, I'll tell you what. Let's get the raft. Let's get a raft going. Alright, we've got all the fiber we could need. Wood isn't too much of a struggle. It's just hide that we need. I'm going to take 150 of that. Wood shouldn't be too much of a struggle. Hopefully. There we go. That's the wood taken care of. All we need now is a bit more hide. Alright. Let's see what we have. And then we can see if we can get that yellow drop. Because we level up so quickly on here. Like, look at that. 10 more levels, and now we're level 50. 145. Okay, cool. Oh, seagull, piss off. I don't know what you stole, but give it back. Alright, how are we on hide? More than enough. Alright. Let's go back to base, get that raft going, and then we'll be good to go. Okay. And we've got 17 levels. That's crazy. Let's get that up to 490, 500. And then I guess we could start working towards a little bit of crafting skill. Let's get that up to 200. And then put the rest into fortitude. Let's go. And we're starving to death, so, let me munch on some berries for now. There we go. We got some berries for now. Mr. Moss Chops, let's go on a little adventure. And then of course, we can use it to go on, like, cruises and whatever. And alright, there we go. Let's go. Let's go see if this yellow drop is available. And get some more hide while we're here. Is that a regular yellow drop, or is that a boosted drop? I think that's a regular drop. Alright, the raptors. Let me just grab this real quick. Wow, all that for advanced bullets and C4 charge. I mean, the C4 charge, I guess, is good if we want to tame, like, a Fasolasuchus or something. But that's about it. I don't even think they spawn on Astraeos. If they do, then I'm probably not looking hard enough. Fasolasuchus, I don't think that's out of the question, because that does count as medium-sized, or does that count as large? I'm not 100% sure on that. But, like, hopefully it's something cool. You know, maybe it might be something we could do. It just depends on how hard they are to tame on Astraeos. Alright, let's go back. That drop was not worth it at all. Not worth it at the slightest. Alright, moss chops. Okay, not the raft. I want to ride the moss chops. There we go. Alright, so we did pretty well for our first day. We got our base going. We've got 3 moss chops. And we even got a pego. That I don't really care about too much. But you know what? It's there. Alright. That was a good first episode. And with that, that's going to wrap it up for this episode. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to leave a like and subscribe for more. It would really help out a ton. Thanks for watching, and I will see you guys next time.